Hi, and welcome back to Ed's Garage. If you're one of my loyal subscribers, I'd like to thank both of you, and for those that aren't subscribers today, hope that after this you'll find this useful and consider subscribing. Today I'm gonna knock out a project, should be pretty fast, but I've had something sitting on the dining room table for about 3 weeks now, and finally getting some time to do it. And what I'm going to be doing is installing a Banks iDash on my A-pillar. I've purchased, this is already painted. I'll go after this introduction. I'll put that in because it'll be real exciting to see painting. But I did go and buy paint that was recommended for the 23 version of the 2500 HD from, I bought it from Amazon, but Banks had identified it. Details will come on that paint. It is SEM is the brand, Presidio is the paint color. Looks like it's a real good match. But we're going to install the iDash, and the reason for it is I'm relatively very new to the diesel platform. This is my first one. Real happy with it so far, but with the gauges as they exist today, I don't have anything showing me boost when I get into it. Or what I really want to know is when I'm doing a regen, or what is my DPF suit level at. So those are the primary things I'm going to be putting on this. You can do like 5 pages, I believe, of 8 different data PIDs that can be monitored by this, but I think I'm going to show 5: boost level up top, and DPF suit level, regen present, a couple other things. Maybe page 2 will be some exhaust gases, etc. But let me bring you in and show you how this is going to install. So what we're going to be doing is mounting the Stealth iDash pod right here. I'm going to wind up blocking this as I put my hand here, but you'll see that that's going to go right there. So the iDash should be very visible. With the iDash, they go and give you a bolt to put in there, a step bit, looks like a washer, all that stuff. The instructions look pretty good and pretty easy to follow. What we're going to have to do is take this side panel off where the fuses are, pull back the weather strip, and then we have to pull this A-pillar off to enlarge a hole for the data cable to come through. They want this off because behind this panel is a side curtain airbag, so naturally they don't want you doing any drilling right up against an airbag. And since you're up against the airbag, step 1 is to disconnect both batteries. So that's kind of boring. I'm going to go disconnect both batteries, and then I'll be back. Okay, so the first thing that needs to happen on this install of the iDash is to take this Banks Stealth Pod and get it painted with this color coat. Banks shows this as being the color on their website for a 2023. I'm going and guessing it's the 15163 Presidio. I'm guessing it's accurate for the 2024. I have gone and taken that cap and put it next to my grab rail, and it looks like it's the right color. So very shortly, once the furnace kicks off, I'll start putting some very light coats on this, and hopefully after 3-4 coats, it will look good and be ready to install probably this weekend. All right, so I'm certainly no good at spray paint, but They say lots of real small coats or just light coverage to get it going. Alright, that's going to be it for the first coat. And they say 5 to 10 minutes, so I'm going to go set a timer for 8 minutes. Alright, coat 2. My furnace isn't going to like, I had to turn it off so we don't have blowing spreading this on my new garage floor. Alright, I think that's it for coat 2. Alright, this will be the 5th and I expect final coat. Alright, go outside and spray this upside down and save it for whatever's next. So ladies and gents, unfortunately my installation hit a little bit of a problem that frustrated the hell out of me, and instead of wanting to go on camera and share my frustration and trying to recover what I did wrong, I just continued with the install and wound up repairing what went wrong. So I'll take you through it. The net result is the installation is very simple as long as you don't do something stupid like I did, and I'll take you through that now. Hang on. It's quite windy here today, so I'm going to apologize for any noise that we pick up. So step 1 of the installation, because you need to remove the A-pillar trim panel, which is right up against the side curtain airbag, Banks wants you to disconnect both negative power posts. So this one's a piece of cake. Came over, put the 10 millimeter on it, spun it off. Then I came over to this one, and if you take a look, the connector is blocked by a battery hold down, and you've got this cover here. So first thing I did was take off the cover, which I would not do. I would leave this cover on. I'll show you why. So I took off the cover, then I went and removed this battery hold down so that was out of my way, and then I had a very good shot to that little 10 millimeter that you just see the top of, that's angled at a 45 towards you. So I put a 10 mil deep socket on my 3/8 ratchet, and as I was cranking, I got careless and I let the ratchet handle touch this post. Had an immediate spark. Of course, I said a swear word or two. Came over, and so I came over, put my test light on it, and sure enough, that had blown. Now, unfortunately, as you can see, they have those 3 MIDI fuses spot welded onto this bus bar. So, and to go worse, GM does not document what these fuses do. I went and paid, you know, you had to pay $50 to get the printed manual plus $30 for shipping, handling, processing fee. So I paid $80 to get a full owner's manual, which doesn't tell you anything about this power tray and what these bus bars and fuses do. Friend of mine runs a shop, and he was able to look up all data. After 20 or 30 minutes, he came up with something that said this serves part of a fuse panel or distribution panel on the right side of the instrument cluster. So allegedly feeding something in the instrument cluster went dead, but there was no once I started the vehicle, I had to just put it together and run it. I could not tell what was gone. So unfortunately, if you have one of these fuses blow, you have to replace this entire tray. And I'll go show you what that looks like. So I went to the local Chevy dealer and wound up having to get into an uncomfortable position again to order this whole panel. Hopefully, if you got the part number, you can do one of the online shops for half this price. But this was $150 out the door, and I'll go and zoom in there so you see what that part number is. So now that I've replaced it, I took the old one apart, and once you get it, you can pop this out, and I've already drilled out that blown 60 amp MIDI fuse, and I have on order some M6 by 1 by I think 25 weldable studs, and I'll have to figure out, can I just press fit it in there, or am I going to have to do some sort of spot weld? It looks like that's a brass or copper material that is under that, so not sure exactly how that'll be, but my plan is to put a new fuse on. These 3 will be replaced by post, and then I'll keep this on the shelf. Should I ever have a problem again, I'll have replaceable. And let me go and show you how the whole project came out. It other than that, blowing a fuse that, you know, you have to replace a $150 part instead of a $5 fuse. Other than that, it was a piece of cake project, and I love it. So we'll go over here. This will get us out of the wind. So first I want to show it to you from this angle so you get a look for how well that paint matched. So we're sitting there, hopefully that's focusing well for you, but the paint is almost an identical match to the interior. And if you go and look at between the grab rail and that little plate there, that's the difference. So looks fantastic. And now we'll go fire it up. So far I have just set up my first screen, and I haven't gone too far from that, but we'll go and let this come up here as it's booting. And for now I've just got it showing. I went with the 5, and I can't recall what they call it on the settings. I don't think it's rectangular. I forget what the word was they use, but I'm showing my boost, my regen status, my suit level in the DPF, the engine load, and then finally is the exhaust gas temperature, and the one I chose, I believe, was at the inlet of the turbos. So that's what we've got, and then we'll turn this off, and I'll just show you down underneath. So cable just, we'll zoom out, comes down there, goes in, and you've got a nice clean connection there as it goes into the OBD port. So the Banks Stealth Pod directions are perfect. They do give you everything you need. It's a piece of cake. You just got to be careful when you're playing with that passenger battery. So apologize for that. I'm going to do another small video when I get the parts for that battery tray, and I can put that back together as a spare where those 3 fuses can be replaced simply for $5 and not have to go through this again. So thanks for your time. Hope this was helpful for you, and please like, subscribe, share, etc. Thanks.